Hi, everybody. Dale Pinkert here at TradeGATEHub.com, sponsored by TradeView Markets. Here with Mike. Mike, it seems like a real critical day, week in the market. The 3,600 level to me is pretty key. I wouldn't want to see another daily close underneath it. I think it's important that it holds. I don't know how you feel about it, but it's making it a little bit too convenient for people to have another chance a week later. You know what I mean? Oh, okay, yeah, you missed a trade on these two big days. I'll give it all back and give you a chance to get in at the same level. I'm not saying it can't work, but it almost a little too convenient. I'm not saying we can't bounce, but to me, if we start getting a weekly close, especially under 3,600, look, you have the 200 a week here. You have, this line goes back to something on COVID. So anyway, it has to make a stand in my eyes, Mike.
Well,
Is that the way it looks to you?
you know what? And a member of TradeGate Hub, his name is Flag. It's a moniker. He's out in California with you, Coach. He's one of a big trader of ours. So I'm going to say hello to him. We were talking this morning, as we do, and I talk to a lot of my peers. I have to remind. I digress. I'm going to have to remind Gina to put the my office back on, if you will, the background. So we talk. I feel this, especially with that 3,600 looming, or it's prevalent right now. It's going back and forth. It feels like you're on a slow roller coaster, and you're bracing. It feels like I'm bracing. I'm bracing for a swoop. I'm bracing for a swoop, and we've been throwing around this name egregiously, or this word, saying binary, but certainly what's coming up the next 2 days. You know what? The S&P might turn around and finish right where end right where it started. But between then,
Trading opportunities.
there is. Considering I see you at the VIX right here at 32, the VIX has been waffling between 28 and 32 for some time now. It's either going to get pinned below 25, predicated upon this week, or it's going to hit that 38 to 40, which I showed a chart after. One of the two. You know what? The common denominator also between my peers, let's get it over with. You know what I mean?
The flush.
Let's get it over with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you know what I mean? It's some people,
It's
it's
like
almost like
Chinese
how
water
some people
torture.
decide to jump in a pool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If the water's freezing, some lunatics put their toe in first and go slowly. And that's more painful, in my opinion, just getting pushed in and get shocked, and then you get acclimated and make a move on and go further. It feels like that now. And stocks are acting like that now. That's all I feel. That's what I feel. So getting back to what we always say, let's hope your trades didn't turn into your trades didn't turn it into positions. This cash, I've never said this in 26 years. Cash is a position. Not, I mean, when I'm not, I mean, on my fund side is predominantly in there, but we're here to actively trade. And the problem is, and what I've been doing this past couple of days, and being somewhat hypocritical, I'll call it what it is I have been trading very nicely on the opens to just get out of problems that were from the day before. So I'm really going nowhere, but I am sharp, but I still have things to work out of, but I'm trying to just, get out of positions where I can really concentrate on what I still consider a binary situation with inflation. The war is even getting more insensitive. We're getting close to primaries. It's earnings season. AMD pre-announced, you're having stocks pre-announced that are not bouncing, that like the dead cat bouncing the way they should. I'm talking about blue chips, just like the way Walmart didn't bounce 6 months ago when it had that scar. These things are scarred. It takes a while. It's not a Band-Aid. It's not a Band-Aid where you rip it off. It's a scar.
It's a healing process.
Yeah, it's going to be there for a little bit.
I just noticed on the NAS right here, Mike, that and it's been the weak sister, right? It's been the weakness, and we have like a little wedge here developing, a little 3 drive to bottom formation here. And this tempers my bearishness here. And then I also want to show the S&Ps They're trying to turn and look at on multiple time frames. They're diverging. And, I look around, what would give the market relief? What was it most worried about? Was most worried about the dollar, which was roiling the markets, right? But I look at the dollar right here, and we could have a failing rally developing right here
I agree.
in the
I
dollar.
posted that as well as in TGH. But coach, it's really
And
this.
yields
Yeah,
come back down.
I've witnessed cycles of 9/11, as Tim will know. I've witnessed COVID, the financial crisis. Everything has not put us in a position where I'm disseminating information of 40 to 50-year time frames. That what you said, what's driving it? It's money. It's what always drives the market. We bounced off geopolitical news. We bounced off of 9/11. There was uncertainty there, but it's just money is driving. It's the dollar and the yields. That's what drives everything long term. It does. And I get it, because you know what? God forbid I'm not living check to check, anything like that. But I could see things where I could see on a macro view from a homeowner and a family man. I get it now, instead of not caring when I was in my 20s and just blowing. I see how this can affect long term. COVID, everybody hunkered down and dealt what they had to do, and then there was certain sectors obviously that rotated based upon our new normal at that point. But now it's money, boom, money and interest rates that preceded everything. When you're making moves in the bond market since 1982 on a normal Tuesday afternoon in October, that tells you that the dollar and the yields are driving rates. And
they are. And I'm saying that they've been a major headwind for the market, right? The higher rates, here's TLT, and the stronger dollar. Here's the dollar, okay? And we did break last week after the BOE, and now we're recovering. So the $1 million question is this a failing rally in the dollar where we're going to get another break? Because under 110, you're going to have a trend change in the dollar.
Well, either one, that was the next. Sorry.
Go ahead. And
that was the next word out of my mouth. The trend is going to be broken one way or the other, up or down there.
Yeah. And look at the divergence in TLT. I know I tried it at 105.
I did.
I was early.
I get it. But
I just can't be short this stuff right here, and right now. But I'll tell you what: if we get a weaker dollar, Mike, and yields come off, and all we do is get a pop in the S&Ps, maybe back to, I don't know, 36.5, 3,700, and then it closes under 36. We've got major problems because because then the market's going down for different reasons.
That's what you call confirmation from a trading standpoint.
Right.
From my angle. I don't know if you even have those. So listen, I'm just going to say that I think that there's a reason to downside, because even as an active manager, if you will, and I could say that proudly if you'd like, the market's giving you some outs to free up cash, which is bearish. You understand what I mean? There's been too many people in. There's too many places to hide to correct errors, and it's not going to be like that. It's not going to allow you to correct your errors, and that's the way it should be. In other words, getting back to our first statement, let's get it over with. Some people, the guys that I know, and we've always said this, Coach, we thought it was going to get better in October, and we're in the second week now, but we'll see what happens with the numbers this week and earnings. But this is what we always said. It's hard to really hold to your guns when you're looking on a macro view, when you're looking every day. But this is what we said. So I just don't. The catalyst is going to be, obviously a major inflationary situation, or when bad news is just completely thrown out the window. How we close on the CPI number on Tuesday and on Wednesday, important. AMD, there's a lot of stocks that got some decent upgrades today that reversed. Coin had good news that was up at 14%. It went negative today. So I'll go back and watch your 9:30 video, and I'll leave it to the professionals. And I've been doing more reading, economic reading more than ever, because I have a voracious. I want to know why, instead of just knowing later. But I'm just being tactical at this point.
Okay.
I have lists
So
for 30. I have lists
show
for
us what
30.
you're doing.
Okay, this is what, I have lists for
All right, take the
3,200. I have
charts.
lists. Yeah, we'll check.
I'm interested in what you do with the market that is like on the precipice of either having a decent turn or breaking down. It's like make or break markets. What do you do in those situations?
Do you have can you share screen, coach?
Oh, there you go, buddy.
Share screen. We'll look at TGH. And you know what? This is why I know, and we're doing another show on Thursdays, is everybody they don't know, is because I think we're a good deal with the point that I have I don't want to say a micro view, but you know what I mean. It helps to keep it in check, if you will. I kind of lost my train of thought because somebody emailed me something. But let's sign into TradeGATEHub. Bottom line, and my views are changing more rapidly. My plans are predicated upon either making swing trading has been our common denominator has been out of the question for some time now, and it's either a macro view. So what am I doing? I run two things. It's a longer term fund where I'm getting out my list, and I'm not saying that I'm looking at like for example, a Zoom or a TDOC to go back, or make a move up there. If I want to play a short squeeze, maybe. I'm looking for new leaders. You know what I mean? I don't think that Square is going to back and be a new leader. Sure, it might go up to 100, but I'm looking for new companies that emerge, like the CCRN is a company that I'm very interested going forward to buy with that. So I'm looking for generation. This portfolio that I manage is a generational portfolio. You don't have to split the atom to maybe as to put 1,000 shares of Coca-Cola away, but that's been wrong. So I'm looking for new leaders to go that way.
Are you finding any? What are you finding?
The leaders that I saw before broke down, but I'll post a couple that I posted on here on TGH this morning. A couple of new leaders. I like that CCRN. I did like some of the solars. I like this NBIX, which is another a bio that's becoming a new leader, if you will, and the price of it is not scaring me. I like that. All the biotechs that are acting well when the sector's going the other way. What else? I like Vertex. I don't care how much it is. I might start buying more at some time. You know what? If they have a break, they're holding up. But if they have a break, like a crowded trades, like the solars did it. The solars were crowded until everybody. That went from 317, and until I'm looking to build those type of positions. I'm not really looking to go into a Walmart. It'll change at what point. But my long-term view is really not the view that's relevant because, like I say, probably 90 out of 100 guys are probably looking at the same thing. From the longer term you go out, the longer people are tripping on themselves, looking to buy best of breed stocks, like put an Alcoa away or put an Exxon away, no matter. But I'm looking for something a little bit different. Short term, it's completely different. I'm playing it one of two ways. I'm going to start go to I want to see what Microsoft does. Microsoft is breaking below 230. That's
boy. I tell you what, last week it gapped up. It looked great. Very difficult. Very difficult.
Right,
It
Coach.
broke down, then it trapped the shorts, then it trapped the longs.
And I got out of it. Another stock that I was a best of breed of mine, ZS.
Yeah.
180 to 150. The CEO,
Heavy.
not the CEO, CFO, CEO stepped down, not because of obviously the stock it's not accounting or anything, but one of my best stocks even got a CEO step. You know what I mean? The CEO step. And this is a best of breed, as everybody knows. ZS is a good one. So I want to see where Google, Google had a chance to base, and it's not making new lows, but we've been saying 1,000 times, Coach, it's one bad headline away from going back to 90. And you know what? That was evidence in a BABA that we liked. It was going either way. JD looked like it was good. It was holding up. It was going the other way. Building was not making not making lower highs. Now all the stock, now the stock is at 46, breaking below gaps. So the Chinese stocks are giving you nowhere to go. Let me look at my screen for a second.
See, when you have to search for good stuff, it gives you the overall state of the market. That there isn't a lot of good stuff. That there's a lot of weakness.
How about this? Let me show you this. NVAX. I looked at the market going up 2 days ago. the stock was $16. Okay, now it's 19. I'm
Yeah.
selling it today like a putz. And this will give you another example how you never really, if you're concentrating, you never really hold the meat of it on the way up if you would on the way down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm buried in the stock at 16. I'm looking at the hero today selling at 19. Actually, when I got on the air, I was making a lot of sales at 18, but what am I going to do? Another one, Carvana. You know what I mean? This one was 17. Now I sold it today at 19. Now, hold on. I got to take some things off here. Something's ripping. What else? Riven. Okay. So yesterday the stock was 30. Okay. And it recalled all their vehicles. The stock was an animal. It was $36, the strongest EV stock out there, even stronger than Tesla, breaking all the moving averages. I come in over the weekend and I recall every single vehicle they have. It's the freaking Friday night. Where is it? 30, whatever, maybe it closed at what? 34. I'm looking at it 30. You know what I mean? The stock's down. I'm down all in 4 hours, I'm down 18%. So now I'm like, what am I going to do with Riven? So the stock's at 30. So I'm blowing it out today at 33. I'll take it. It might go higher. But once again, I'm freeing up some cash. You know, the market's going up nicely right now.
I'm going to ask you about a sector. I know you don't like it.
ABEO. I could have been somebody. I'm selling this today. This chart looked great. That's another one I'm looking to go in. That worked well. At least something worked. Broke through a new gap.
That looks great. Wow.
The ITB. I know what it is. It's the home builders, right?
No.
What is it?
There was a big move in cannabis stocks last week when there was talk of Biden reducing the criminality for that's
the only one to buy is MSOS. Okay, I didn't know that was coming because a lot of people have asked me that. Let me make sure I'm sharing the screen.
Okay.
You know, Coach, let me digress again. The long-term view on the chart, and let me go back to TradeGATEHub is this. And I do leave, that's not my forte. You know what I mean? Picking long-term views of the market. You know, when you so
all right, well, I think there's a short-term change. If we get that SAFE bill through, if they get the SAFE bill through, it changes the whole accounting of every cannabis stock. They can't write off salaries. They can't write off rent. They can't write off anything. Currently, they pay high interest rates because they're not banked, and they're all OTC stocks. How many chances does the public get to own something before institutions? And institutions can't buy this stuff OTC. They're going to have to wait for it to get listed at a higher level, right? So I'm just saying that their books will all change. Can you imagine running a business where you can't write off anything?
But this is not a new story. I know, I understand that, but these angles, if you will, or this is nothing new.
I know. Well, if the SAFE Act is passed, it's new.
Oh no, okay, touche. But let's look at the chart on Tilray now. When it was before, well, okay, we'll go to two things: the best of breed and the most heavily shorted. Anything between that is irrelevant. So you want to go to the best of breed. Once again, you go to CGC, and the stock before that was right here. It was 295 when the news came out. It rocketed to 380. Great move. Bravo.
But these are Canadians. I'm talking about U.S. issues.
Well, let's go to MSOS. I think that's Canadian too. Which American is Alpha APHA?
Cureleaf.
Cureleaf?
Yeah.
CURLF?
Yeah.
I don't know that. I don't even get the chart on it.
Oh, okay.
Well, let's look at MSOS. Let's look at MJ. Let's look at the marijuana ETF. We'll go there. Went from 472 to 610. Listen, Coach, I wouldn't talk you out of a flyer for a revolutionary situation. It is predicated. What's so funny?
Yeah. No,
I mean, it is a binary move, though.
Yeah, that's true.
So if I'm going to do that, I'm going to buy a cancer drug that's going to cure lymphoma instead of one. If I'm going to I want to get paid on.
What's a symbol?
All
right. And that is a great reason to own a stock. But, if we are headed into harder times, Mike, what industries did well, even during the Depression? Can I say alcohol?
Yeah, STZ.
All right. Well, there's as much volume going on now with cannabis as there is alcohol. It's embryonic.
Well, let's look at the chart on STZ, and it's analogous to it.
Anyway, I just wanted to lay out some of the compelling things that, and I'm not normally a fundamental guy. I look at chart patterns.
No, I'm not. Yeah.
But these are some compelling fundamentals. So,
well, MSOS is the one that I was looking at to buy one to the marijuana company.
okay.
That's the one that didn't give back as much. It's the one that can trend as much. It's the one that's as credible as, if you will. So I'm in SOS. And by the way, I was looking to buy it today just to start it, regardless if we came on or not to discuss this.
Okay.
It's on my list.
Yeah, I see some two big volume days at the right-hand side. Bigger sell volume.
But that's okay. Listen, Coach, this could be a tax loss situation. No, this could very easily be Intel. Intel's the same chart. Hold on. Let me look at it the daily. Intel's the same thing. I mean, this could be an Intel chart. You know what I mean? MS. So it could be a tax loss on a pop. You don't know.
Yeah.
It's like you said, the SAFE Act will determine it, and then earnings will trickle in, and then hopefully we turn into a more bullish cycle. And like I said, I would definitely start at the whole number at 10 MSOS. Naturally, if it goes to 12.5, I like those strike prices. I'd look at it again. And over 13, it's an ad, and I probably would put it away and not look at it.
Are you still holding any gold miners? I know you've had a tough week.
I have. I'm holding the Nougat. I actually sold the Nougat. Hold on. The Nougat, we buying the NUGT today right here in these blue lines. NUGT, I sold the high today, 25.70. So I'm trading stock, Coach. Okay. Stock was 25.70 at 9:40. An hour later was $1.40 lower. I had a lot of it that saved me tens of thousands of dollars. And I started buying it back. Again, sold. The red is a sale. Started buying it back again, 24.50 right here.
Yeah.
24.65. Now it's 25.60. Now I'm back. Now I took a little bit of a loss, average down. Now it's a winner in my portfolio.
What's the time? Oh, it's a 1 minute chart.
Well, there's a 6 minute. So I wasn't that late in. I started buying it like 26 on Friday afternoon. I mean, it did go as low as 24.40. My average price is basically around here. So I traded it well. I sold the top and bought the bottom.
I used to like to date too, Mike, but every once in a while you have to go steady with somebody. And I think these miners, I didn't say get married. I said just go steady.
No, I was getting my cost. I was getting my average price down. My average price down. That's all. AGQ, I have a large amount of. There's my buys on AGQ today, all between 21.60 and 21.80. I think that's 10,000 shares. So I'm in the AGQ at 21.40 average, and there's my price. There are my trades going back a week.
Can't believe that big gap down there. I don't know what that was.
I'm at 21.30. Listen, this is where I am. It goes lower. It goes lower. This is my entry point on silver. So I'm in.
Okay. All right. Oil?
Oil? No interest.
No interest in oil.
I mean, they are technically they're holding up. They reversed. They were holding. The market must be flying. Yeah, it is. They're holding
the
up.
Market. They turned the market during our broadcast, didn't they?
They did. They usually do something where I can't prosper from, but it's okay. You know what I mean? It usually happens whenever you want the market to, whatever side of the market is on. When I start the telecast, faded. You know what I mean?
You don't know how many interviews I've done, and there's a big number coming out.
I didn't make that up.
I mean, huh?
That's why you're laughing, because I didn't make it up. It's how it is. But seriously.
Oh, the life we chose. Anyway, yeah. Okay. So I'd love to see the market turn here, Mike, and rally into December. Because then I think I have it. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I want them to term short term. I want them to turn now, because everybody is still under position and scared before the number. God forbid the number comes in friendly for the market.
It's going to be.
Everybody's going to be lopsided. Except
we're so overdue for a surprise the other way now. Everyone is so fed up. All right, fed. Okay, that we haven't had a friendly number in a long time. We're due.
Well, today's flush out helped. This morning's flush helped, because you know what? Even my guys, let me go here. Hold on. Even let's go to the Rev, my boy. Even he said this morning And he's not the judge and the jury, but I saw it on my feed. And when people start getting nervous, where was it? Sounds like a good guess. This is feeling like this was an hour ago. He was right.
Yeah.
So this is feeling like some capitulation was taking place, and he doesn't flinch, nor do we all. But I would love everybody to be. Let's look what the wise guys are doing. Like I said, everybody be even underweight, or funds when the
Look
VIX
what he
comes down.
posted above that. Go back there.
Hold
Look what
on.
he posted above that. That's exactly what we were talking about. No, where was it?
I'll get it. It's right here. I don't see, the good thing is I don't follow many people, so it's easy to go and get back who I am, who I follow.
Okay, above that, market rebellion. No, right there.
Yeah, you know what
See,
that is?
so they're all in Washington right now, Mike. Every big head honcho is at the IMF meeting of the World Bank in Washington from Monday to Friday, which includes the G19. These guys are going to try and throw some kind of Band-Aid together. They're not just going to let the BOE go it alone for the second time in 2 days. And now the yen is approaching a level, it's approaching the same level that they spent 1% of their reserves on. So now the IMF is warning about rates going up too fast. That's a tell, man, that we're going to get a little peak in yields and the dollar strength will abate for a while. And that'll give the market room for people to have some hope for a month or two.
Right. I'm stuck in purgatory because, like, with the long term, I'm yet to adjust because I am waiting to earn. I'm thinking.
I'm praying for your soul right now, man.
You what?
I'm praying for your
Am I in that?
your
I'm
soul
I'm
right
okay. I'm
now.
doing fine.
In purgatory? You
Oh
mean
no,
being...
I'm saying I'm in between. No, thank you. I'm in between. I'm in between. Like, I don't. It's just, you just got to be look at this. Look at this. Some guy just bought 2,000 VIX puts.
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, that's
Of his, yeah, right here. A breather in yields and dollar have opened
oh,
up the
look at
window.
huh?
There you go.
This guy's listening to our broadcast.
No,
We should be
maybe he is.
charging, I think, at least $999 a show
I do.
for our
No,
content.
but listen, that tells a story right there. What you basically said in a nutshell. So there it is.
Yeah.
So listen,
Anyway.
guys, it's 9:30. We got this. Listen, we got this far. We didn't get this far to get this far, as it's a Tuesday, 11:30. So if you're hanging on this long, and I'm not going with, you're not going anywhere. So you know your style and know your plan. And if you didn't, dust off the TradeView demo, get one now, because this is when you want it. You want to be shocked when you have a demo account, because that's how you learn. And
You want any customers, man? You want customers?
I'm sorry?
You want some more customers?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, contact Mike, and I don't think you can find a better guy in equities to work with.
No. It's just, no, listen, we want.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. I didn't know.
No, I always do. And we always want to do the best for TradeView. And believe me, that's not a placating statement.
Yeah. And you know what, guys? TradeView has a great IB system if you're watching.
Right,
a lot of people come in. Yeah.
The dollar looks like it's looking for a bounce now after a little bit. See this?
Yeah.
After a little bit of a sell-off. So I'm going to start.
Yeah, everyone's waiting for one more high to short the dollar. And I understand why, because it was a confirmed high on the RSI.
Right.
But when everyone's waiting for one more high or one more low, it either never comes or it's not going to be a high or a low. And I think that's where we're at right now.
I'll tell you one thing. Everybody should also keep in mind, and don't get frustrated. If you're waiting for the perfect 3,500 or 3,250, the market never gives you the perfect opportunity, ever. Never gives you the perfect scenario to do what you want, Coach.
You're going to let multiple opportunities pass you by looking for the perfect trade.
You can't
In
do it.
fact, don't expect perfection at the craps table. I rest my case.
No, right. No. But anything, let's go back to, I want to answer any questions, Coach. If you've got a split, that's cool. I'll stay on.
No, I don't.
Any other major questions? We should, how are you playing it? What are you positioned in?
You asking me? Mainly the miners.
Mhm.
And if you look at how the silver miners acted with silver getting crushed for a few days, they're hardly giving up anything.
We brought that up yesterday,
Okay,
Coach.
so
They were
yeah, so
acting.
they're a break to buy,
Oh, look at there. There's the
if
AGQ
anything.
now.
Yeah,
AGQ were in there.
yeah,
We're trying
yeah.
to corner the
I
market.
like it.
AGQ.
I'm wrong under 18 bucks in silver, 17.94. We're still above that. And I like the way the golds are acting. And I think the dollar's peaking. And I think that's going to be bullish and create a relief rally in stocks, like I've been saying for, I don't know, about a few years.
No, no, that's okay. No,
A
do you
few
think so?
months,
You
few
don't
months.
believe there's a capitulation flush, Coach?
Yeah, I do. But I think there's going to be if we hold here, I actually think there's a chance for a rally in the S&Ps, maybe back to 4,300.
And then,
And
but then what causes that flush then?
that'll be the end of the relief of interest rates.
Oh, okay.
Or it won't matter that the dollar's weak, like I was saying earlier, and that yields are coming down because the economy is heading into recession with earnings
Agree.
revisions, and low rates won't help that, or a weak dollar won't help that. But it'll take some of the pressure off for a while. It's a
Well,
Band-Aid.
I know that from what I'm hearing, and I do speak to high. I do. I really. I don't ask people for any stock tips of people this level because it would be disrespectful. But you know, 2023 is going to be a pretty choppy year.
Yeah.
A pretty
Yeah.
choppy year, which is
I
fine
think
for
we
me.
put in the low in the market and maybe in the spring.
Yeah.
If
Okay.
we rally into December and then puke into the spring, and then we have a good rally for a couple years. How about that?
Elf Beauty Supply, my stock. I gave you that one if anybody
Yeah.
remembered. Elf. Remember
Uh,
I gave you Elf? I gave Elf.
yeah. I
Huge.
have to go put on some mascara. So
Mascara.
yeah, for my beauty
See
stock.
that?
Yeah.
Apple bullish. Okay, so
I
listen,
tell you,
Apple
you
bullish.
see things every day. Every day you see things.
Well, I'm sure you know what? I have it's not I didn't I don't have a different style than everybody. I mean, I only know how to do my style better. I don't have it, you know, I don't have a better style than other people do. Matter of fact, probably other people have better styles. I just know how to do mine better. Build your own style. I got a routine.
That's
I really
exactly what
when I look at the computer, I really look at it, I just flip it on and I feel like I do anything.
it's
I'm serious.
like a living organism to you.
Well, it's not going to stop for a while, but I
All
appreciate
right.
TradeView and the opportunity they give me and us. And I do, I actually do.
And traders out there to come into a room where we're not going to upsell you a subscription. Just come in here and hang out, post your charts, and mastermind with Mike and I and the rest
Yeah,
of the crew in here.
like I said, we're going to be on Thursdays again. I'm on every day at 11. Coach, same thing at 9:30. So we'll, you know, it's 11:35 Eastern now. We usually end a little earlier, but until then, have a plan, trade well. I mean, that's the most important is have a plan because
Yeah.
it makes you easier to adjust. You know what I
And
mean?
we'll see. It should be action packed Thursday on our next broadcast together, Mike.
Right. When everybody knows what their plan is and knows what their style is better and knows what their parameters are, then we become a lot more useful because as we always say, we're not short of giving high level ideas on a variety of financial instruments. So
But
with that, it's up to you
yeah,
to disseminate that and put it to work how you know you could put it to work.